All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. We're playing Armored Core PvP again. Hopefully, some more of the top players have made their way back up into S by now. Ideally, you know, I'm gonna have to play against them again anyway. But the process of getting back through A and up to promos is a lot easier when I'm not playing against them while they're all down in A rank again right at the start. So hopefully they've, you know, made their way back up. Hopefully. TIE Fighter or Starfighter? Street Fighter. Final answer. Anyway. Hello Dreammaster, Jusuf, Choco, best energy drink? In my opinion, all around, Zoa is what I drink on the daily. Purely for taste, Celsius. If we're talking only like the really big ones, yeah, the game's scolding me for Alt F4ing as usual. I'm a PC gamer. You know, when we need to close the game, sometimes you don't want to go through all the menus to get to the quit button when you could just hit 2 buttons on your keyboard and like boom, it's gone. You know, sometimes we get a little lazy. It happens. Chole loves Red Bull. Chole has like a love-hate with Red Bull. Cause like Red Bull out of the really big ones is probably the best one. Maybe Rockstar, but probably Red Bull. But like Red Bull kind of tastes like ass. Red Bull doesn't taste very good. Except for like the yellow can is pretty good. The yellow can is pretty good. That's about it, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, actually, they have a watermelon one that's like newer, like since I stopped regularly drinking Red Bull, but I've had it a couple times, and that one's not bad at all. What does single match dominant mean, chat? What does that mean? What is that? What is that calling card? What is that? I'm mostly worried because I've never seen it before. Ow, ow. Oh. That means top 100. So they have not made their way back up to S yet, is what I'm getting then. Bro, that hitting me, we're off to a great start with netcode too. Why don't you respect it? You need to respect it. Top 100 and he still doesn't respect the chainsaw. There we go. S-rank promo was stolen by cheaters. Classic. What kind of cheats do people use in AC6 PvP anyway? Like how does one cheat in Armored Core PvP? Ooh, okay. we threw a little bit, a little too aggressive, perhaps. He was doing a lot of running, so, you know, I might have thought that I could just get the stagger in quickly. God damn it. Buffed quick boost. They can just do that? What? FCS Talbot. That's what FCS we use. I saw it pop up, but I don't know off the top of my head. More subtle, like weapons doing more impact and damage. How do they do that? The game is susceptible to that? Like they can just inject a little mod into the game to like slightly increase impact and damage, and the anti-cheat can't pick up on that? I mean, not even the anti-cheat, and it goes through to the servers? How the hell does that happen? How do you... I lose faith in this game's PvP every time I stream it, I think. Oh, I caught it, but not enough. Come here, bitch. Terminal armor? What? And it worked. And ghost hitboxes? Bro. How is the game just like susceptible to that? How is the game not set up in a... I don't understand. I don't. How does the game just let people do that? You have terminal. I don't know how it works. I just hate that it happens. It is seriously like the fact that that's even a possibility is insane. That means that there's essentially no security actually running in this game. At least that's what it tells me. If they can just straight up mess with like damage or speed values and it just goes through to the server, that's insane. That shouldn't even be possible. That's not possible in like 9 out of 10 multiplayer games or more. Do you have enough money to buy my honor, my pride, my life? Is that a DMC2? Is that a quote? Doesn't this game use easy? Yeah. Which makes it even more confusing. Cause like, even if FromSoft didn't put in any security, you would think that easy would at least pick up on that. This guy is S on teams. I didn't even notice that last match. Nice terminal armor. I'm gonna start out Joint Assault someday. Joint Assault really is not that bad. The one thing that's really, like, Joint Assault's story isn't great, sure. The controls are the big issue. But they're not the worst thing ever. It's just, you know, you get so used to Ace Combat feeling so smooth, and then Joint Assault just doesn't. Really not that bad. Easy's pretty trash for security. Well, Easy is, what's it? Epic Games' anti-cheat that they license out. I believe they use it on Fortnite too. I don't know if Fortnite has a cheating problem, to be honest. I don't know shit about Fortnite, but I've never heard that the game, like, notoriously has a cheating problem. You know, there are games that, like, you just know that these games are rife with cheaters, like your Counter-Strikes, your Valorants, your Escape from Tarkovs, where you just hear about it, like, oh, Call of Duty, where you just hear that it's like a big issue because everyone knows that it is. I don't hear that Fortnite has a huge cheating problem. Sorry, I was very taken aback by the emblem. It did. They just cracked down hard. Oh, okay. Easy gets a bad rap. It's not as bad as people say it is. The thing with any, like, licensed anti-cheat is that you still have to put in, you know, some of your own detection scripts and stuff like that into the game. You can't just purely rely on something like Easy if you license it. And a lot of companies do just, like, buy a license for anti-cheat from someone else and then think that that's just gonna, like, do the whole job. Ow. Easy's not as bad as people say it is.
At 30%.
Oh shit. That should have been victory. Ah. VR chat did this? What? VR chat? Does VR chat have an anti-cheat? Why does VR chat have an anti-cheat? Like, I mean, you know, having basic security is one thing, but Easy is like, you know, an anti-cheat. That's for, like, cheats. They might just be using it for security. I don't know. What would VR chat be using it for? I have no idea. That was an insane rubber band. Oh, they use it for people who have, like, crashers and model rippers and stuff like that. Okay. I haven't spent much time in VR chat at all, but I have definitely experienced, like, the crashing thing where people just have models that are tailor-made to crash lobbies when you go into them. I saw that we dropped frames during that match. I think we're chill now. A brand new instrument in the place of one I couldn't get, price be damned. Like a new like another guitar, or like an instrument that you would learn? Give us your theory about what will happen in the inevitable. Inevitable is a certainly an adjective for an AC6 follow-up. I don't know if it's one that I would use, but it is one. Shit, I didn't realize that he had Zims. I wasn't paying attention. Right now, I am probably one of the larger skeptics of AC6 getting a follow-up. Not because I don't think it should. I would love an AC6 follow-up. But when you look at it from like a business standpoint for FromSoft and like devoting money and resources to something like that, it's like, yeah, AC6 is the best-selling Armored Core game of all time. It still sold like 10% of what Elden Ring did, right? So from that perspective, it's like we could do Armored Core, but business-wise, we could literally make, even if we're taking some of that margin away, 6 or 7 times as much money if we just made another Souls game instead. I'm not saying that that's entirely a reason not to, but I'm, you know, until we get like any sort of actual news or any statement from FromSoft on it, I'm just not really sitting here like, oh yeah, of course there's gonna be one. Like, I'm kind of just waiting. If they announce it, then I'm totally on board, but I'm not expecting it to happen. You know what I mean? Did at least get one game of the year. It did. Because that totally nowadays, this isn't a jab at you, by the way. This is a jab at Microsoft, for the record, in case it comes out sounding wrong. But of course, that would secure like a game or even a game studio's longevity, right? That would mean that it's worth investing in, right? Microsoft, right? Game of the year winner, pretty big deal, isn't it? I still can't believe that, dude. I still absolutely cannot believe it. Heard that Microsoft wants to buy Steam. Don't. Okay, the Microsoft Steam thing, this is one of those things, okay, where it's like, yes, was there an internal discussion? There was. Has it ever moved beyond that to our current knowledge? No. Like, everyone is just kind of running this headline right now off of like one like small discussion that happened in a meeting randomly. Just imagine it. It would be insane. But do you understand how expensive Valve is going to be? Like, dude, it would be insane. It would be so crazy if they did that. Came out and said recently that they're highly, sorry, I had to look, highly interested in continuing AC after Erdtree. Did they? Maybe I'm just not as in the loop as I should be. They'll probably still make more games. I hope that there's more Armored Core, because I really like Armored Core. Cheaper than Activision? No. As expensive or more expensive than Activision? Because Valve isn't just, you know, I mean, even Valve is like Counter-Strike, which, need I remind you, is the single most played game on a daily basis on the planet. Everyone kind of forgets that it still is that, but it is still, like, Counter-Strike 2 is the single most played game on a daily basis that is out there right now. That alone, like, Counter-Strike has more players than Call of Duty. That alone is one thing. And then, you know, they've got everything else that Valve has. You've got your, how many people still play Dota? Anyway, you've got all the games, but then you have the proprietary games vendor for the entire PC platform. You know, like Activision has Call of Duty, but Valve has like effectively a monopoly on selling games on one of the 3 big platforms for gaming. So if Microsoft wants to buy that, and I can only imagine how like the what's it called? What was the board in the UK that kept trying to block the Activision deal? Any Brits who can remind me? What was the name of that board? Who kept trying to block them? It's essentially, to my understanding, like the UK's equivalent of like the Better Business Bureau, pretty much. Oh. Oh, he has assault armor. Fuck. I forgot that he had it. My brain was elsewhere. Valve's nearly unrivaled, and the competition between companies could only be healthier. Yeah, some anti-monopoly police. Yeah, and like, you know, I'm a PC guy. I don't have a stake in any of the console stuff. I don't use either console currently. But it was crazy for them to say that if Microsoft had Activision Blizzard, they would have a monopoly on the games industry. That was like one of the most exaggerative ways of looking at it that you possibly could have. CMA, thank you, the UK CMA. Competition would be good, because like Epic is as competitive as it gets, but even then, like, you know, I have Epic on my computer. I use it very little. Michael, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. I don't use it much at all. You know, if I'm gonna buy a game and it's on Steam and on Epic, I'm gonna buy it on Steam. I just am. Most of the games that I have on Epic too are games that they gave out for free. That honestly is mostly what I use Epic for. Because they do give out awesome free games. Oh, I was so scared. Free game machine. Yeah, that's pretty much why I have it. I mean, I also have it for Unreal. Obviously. I do use Epic, the Epic launcher pretty often, but it's not for playing games. It's for opening Unreal Engine. Chainsaw up the ass. Free Steam release of Marathon? I actually didn't. I need to write that down. I did pick up that Night Dive bundle yesterday that you guys mentioned. I'm glad that chat mentioned it because I looked into it and it was a charity thing, and like 7 of the 10 remasters in there were all remasters that I was like, yeah, I'll pick these up someday when it's like on sale or something. So getting all of them for like 25 bucks was very nice. Especially, I mean, only like $4 of it went to the charity, but makes me feel good. I bought games and I gave like $4 to charity in the process, so I'll take it. Ow, grenade launchers hurt. You dev? Oh, I dev recreationally. I've been kind of bad about it recently. I've spent too much time in Unreal lately. Was probably a mistake looking at how things are now. I don't know. It depends how you're looking at it. I don't think it was a mistake, but I can see, like, if you're looking at it from the Xbox perspective, then sure, right? It definitely would have been a mistake if it was a purchase for Xbox, but I don't think that's that's like the short-term play, right? Is buying it for Xbox. I think what they're going for is the long-term play, where Phil Spencer, you know, president of Xbox right now, seems to not see much of a future in Xbox. But what he does keep saying is that they are looking to build themselves more as like a gaming service than a platform, right? Like instead of selling hardware, they want to get more into like the software side. So long term, like say they stop making Xboxes this gen, which they've already confirmed is not going to happen. They've said there's going to be at least one more Xbox. We know that much. We are climbing so far. There's going to be at least one more Xbox, but say theoretically in like 3 years, there was no longer a new Xbox, right? New gen comes around, they just don't make a new one. What they are going to do is they're going to shift to like being a sales platform on PC, and maybe if they could strike a deal once they're out of the console market, even on like Sony, like on Sony systems, I mean, like maybe get their games on there, maybe get a sales front on there for like, oh, get Game Pass on there, probably. Get Game Pass on there is probably their move. Game Pass on everything. And I mean, clearly, they're putting a lot of money into this new direction. You know, the Activision buyout was not cheap. So I wouldn't doubt that, like, if Sony said, yeah, you can put Game Pass on here if you pay us, like, this minimum amount, you know, however many $1 million, they probably would. I think 3 of the 7 top-selling games on PlayStation this last month were Microsoft. Yeah, like even now, they're starting to put some of their first parties on PS5. I actually forgot about that, so thank you for bringing that up, because I totally forgot. Also, this build hurts. He's scaring me. Value is so good. The value is ridiculously good. I don't have Game Pass because I'm still set in my boomer ways of like, I just want to pay for the game once and have it. But I have picked up Game Pass, like whenever they run that promotion where it's like, oh, hey, you can have it for 30 days for $1. Then I'm always like, you know, I could find a game in this library to like play through real quick in the next month for $1. I even just like, let me play a game or two for the next 30 days for $1. That's insane. Xbox 720 is a joke. You kids these days, you don't even understand. Like, you joke about the Xbox 720. To us, back in like 2011, 2012, that shit was not a joke. That was not... The Xbox 720 was what was next. It was no joke. It's $1. Whew. So he's got an Etsugen, a Zim. I'm trying to look at it here, which is hard. Shit. The Pulse Blade, I always want to call it Laser Blade, but it's Pulse Blade, right? And like 6-shot missiles. Oh, I can just shoot him to death. We're good. Next Xbox has the red square of death. The red mini fridge of death. Ow. No, I was so... Oh, it caught him! What? I was like, oh, I'm so late. I just threw because I'm out in the open. But hey, the chainsaw absolutely threw me one there, dude. That was a ridiculous catch. I did not think for a second we were getting that. That was insane. You don't have $10? What, you guys don't have phones? That was pre-Xbox. Okay. Oh, when's the next armor? I thought it was what? I I don't know off the top of my head. This week. Well, actually, today is Thursday. In the next few days. When I said this week, I just meant like, yeah, it's in the next like 4 or 5 days-ish. I don't know exactly. I have it written down on my calendar. I don't want to get hit by that pulse. Fought this guy before and I know it hurts. Oh. I didn't need to use my pulse armor here. What the? Did he just band? Are we having that much lag? I think I saw a teleport there.
AP at 50%.
Come on. Oh yeah, we're so laggy. The amount of time in there. Oh man, and my stream's freaking out too. Even better. Is that frame rate me or the stream? That's the stream. The stream is freaking out. Is this the same guy when I dropped frames earlier? Was it against this guy? There was one match earlier where I dropped frames as well on the stream.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
That seems better. Marginally so, but I'll take it. Oh, I didn't even see those missiles. Okay. That hurt. Getting like 2 FPS every few seconds. Yeah, I know. Oh my god, there's a round 3. I'm so sorry. Stream real laggy. I don't know why. I think it's the same guy that we were dropping frames against earlier, too. Oh, I'll narrate. I hit a fat 9k damage chainsaw. He has pulse armor. He just didn't use it. He did not respect the chainsaw. He's using his AP right, or his pulse armor right at the end of his AP.
AP at 30%.
Stream don't like laser tanks? Well, that match, like, even aside from stream freaking out. Hold on, let's see. Once I'm out of this match, does stream go back to normal? Seems good. He has that hacking tuning chip in him. Yeah, that tuning chip that that makes the other person's internet connection die. It seems good, but I'm gonna, you know, we'll see if I get into a match that's not against the same guy. See if it stays good. Here, let me take note of the number. Like the exact numbers that I know. Just a quick mental note. The number of frames that I dropped, that is. OBS has it up. Well, that's me. Is it the same guy? Lego's name suggestion? Wait, I missed it. What was it? This is a different guy. So far, stream is fine. Oh, shit. shield. I shouldn't have looked away like that. I'm too curious about the connection now. Or sorry, the stream's connection. Because it was really freaking out there. God damn it, that's not a chainsaw. Whoa. Not a single dropped frame that round. Not one. What's the timeline? I mean, it's never consistent. I would say this stream and one more probably to get back to promos. And then with promos, who the fuck knows? Ow! That setup is crazy. Yeah, you gotta respect that chainsaw. He knows what's up. That hit me. That grenade hit me. 1,000 damage. It's fine. Totally fine. Ow! Promos could take like 10 streams. Yeah, promos could take like 30 minutes or they could take like 20 hours. It's just who the fuck knows. What was Lego's suggestion for the mech? It's gone. Oh. FL7BO7? Oh, it was for, I was just missing other stuff. Is there a joke I don't get with it? I feel like I'm missing a joke. I feel like that FL7BO7. Flyboy, I got it right as you said it. I swear, I figured it out on my own, right as you said it. I promise. It clicked just conveniently right as your message came through. Ow! Fuck! Coral missiles, man. I never see anyone use them, but when they do show up, this guy's name is Dafeng Trainee, by the way. I only just noticed. Come here. We take those. A more deadly Iguazu build. Come here, bitch. This time. Thank God. I'm not getting crazy clips from these grenades anymore. Come here. How did you slip out of that? Also, where's your expansion? Why are you not using it? Check his booster. Why? That poor trainee. Check his booster. The coral one. Coral booster. What are we looking for? Oh, if it was NGI or Gridwalker. Not really a coral booster, is it not? Oh, well, I guess, what's it? Any booster is a coral booster if you've got the coral generators in, right? Oh, hold on, boosters. Oh, no, it's just not. Is it? Man, I do not remember them looking like this. Exactly. Yeah, any of them shoot out coral if you've got the right generator, so never mind. I look at what's it, Institute Tech, and I'm just like, yeah, it's coral. Surely. If the Institute made it, coral. Has to be. To be fair, the majority of the time, I'm right in saying that. That's kind of their shtick. Oh, who is this? This is someone from chat. This is Audric. Oh wait, it probably was it in their name? I could have. I just recognized the AC. This is Audric, right? Come on, yes! I'll take it. That was sketchy as fuck, but I'll take it. For any generator, I gotta change my build just for the fashion. What would be really nice is just being able to set your boost effects like purely as a cosmetic thing. Like, I get it's cool to have it linked to the generator, but purely for aesthetics, it would be so nice to be able to just like set it in your paint job or something like that, you know? Have it be like a purely visual thing. That's literally what I said. Is that what you said? I mean, I elaborated. That is pretty much what you said. But yeah. That was Audric, right? I think so. Oh, that was me. Can't keep all of you straight. There's too many builds from chat that I end up running into. I get sniped like crazy on this game. Rymus is easy. His, what's it? His, emblem is so easily identifiable. I just see the emblem and I know. The rest of you I get mixed up from time to time. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, what build is Audric? Because I know I've run into him on matchmaking. I just can't remember. Not that different. Yeah, Euros are like, I would say roughly 25% more valuable-ish than USD. Definitely not double. Oh. Oof. Ow. Sorry, you have to make the sound with your mouth to get the full damage out of it. If you didn't know, that's a pro chainsaw tip. You get more damage if you make the sound with your mouth when you do it. I'd love to defeat Chole. My ass. Glorious mech combat. Crossplay, I still am shocked that there's not crossplay. Ooh, ow. Don't shotgun me. Worth it. Totally worth it. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not worth it. Why is my chainsaw? Fuck. Why was my chainsaw still out, man? Shit. Defeat Chole my ass. You couldn't take down the chainsaw. Are you still censored? Probably. I didn't change anything. You'll just have to know the Mad Chainsaw and the Raven's Nest logo. That's all you got. I'm not changing my username. I don't know why it's censored. It makes no sense to me that my username is censored. Ow, 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 ow. I'm not changing it. 40K has become a very expensive hobby. I thought Warhammer was just always like an expensive hobby, right? I guess maybe it's just become more so. I have a few very cheesy mech builds. Of course, he would bring out the cheese. My broke ass would be out and menacing if there was crossplay. Yeah, there's definitely... I feel like a bunch of people in chat just hop on matchmaking when I'm on it to catch me up in A rank. It seems like A rank is where a lot of people who like super actively keep up with AC6 stuff kind of hover. Whoa. Okay, stun needle, laser rifle. What the fuck? Pressure's way too much. Chainsaw, you know, it's a deceptive amount of pressure. Ooh. Ow, fuck! Where did that thing come from? I didn't have energy to quick boost out. That's so frustrating. Ow. Ow! That's fine. We'll get him next time. It was that one quick boost cancel not happening. That's what got me. We go. This time I got it. This is a real wacky build with like the vertical pulse missiles and the Viento and punishing stagger with the laser shotgun. It's real wacky. And like I really, ooh, ow, 42 AP. You don't see builds like this every day, was what I was going to say. Already hit S twice. If I had played more, I definitely, like if I just had more time in within the window, we definitely would have gotten in last wipe. I've just got too many games I'm playing. Because we spent a good amount of time in promos. We had some promos where we got pretty close. So it really, like if I had just done, I mean, even on the safe side, right? Like if I had done 3 or 4 more AC6 streams in like that 2-month window, I think we would have gotten in. Used to be made of metal, but after being made of plastic, they upped the prices to be based off point cost. It's impossible to even play without a lot of excess money. Damn. They used to make them out of metal. Why don't they still make them out of metal? That's cool. Bring back the metal. Especially for like Warhammer. I feel like that just works. You know what I mean? You'll fail like 15 more times though with your build, not meta enough. Or meta enough. Fuck. Probably true. Probably true. Whoa. Bro, I never see this launcher. It always catches me off guard when it pops up. Whoa! 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 Slow down! What the fuck? And he's dipping! He's out! What? Oh, this is something new. I'm gonna have to use assault boosts to beat this guy. Oh, ow, ow, ow. What even? I just completely lost track of what was happening. That went into pure anime bullshit at the end. What just happened? What just happened? Uh-oh. We don't have a great connection either, so his melee scares me. There's a lot of attacker bias in this match, which does go both ways, but my build doesn't benefit too much from attacker bias. Unfortunately for me here. Oh, I didn't mean to kick. I mashed. Getting a little too caught up in this, clearly. I'm shocked that neither of those hit me. That was really weird. 50%. We tank those. We tank those. Somehow dueling with Nex straight out of 4 answer today. That bit of movement at the end of the first round, that went so wacky. Oof. Okay. Yeah, he punished the shit out of me for that one, and I deserved it.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Whoa. This dude's aggressive as fuck. I love it. Such a unique build, played so aggressively. Oh, I don't have pulse armor. Oh! Okay. Still alive for now. Can't really assault boost. It's gonna kill me. Ow. How did that not? Okay. What the fuck? Really cool match. White glint. I just found out that apparently in what's it called? In 4 answer, you can make like the I don't know what the actual name is. Like the black glint final boss from Verdict Day, aside from like all the weird cables and stuff. Apparently you can just pretty much make exactly that. Which I did not know before. Talbot is bad for your build? Why? I know that there's a more optimal, like pure close range FCS. But I've opted for Talbot so that when I do have like a bad matchup, mainly a kiting build, I don't just get completely locked out. I know about Basho and stuff. We've played around with this a lot. We've been running this build and like trying to min-max it for a long time. I've found more success with the Talbot than like that. I don't know the name of it, but the one that's like pure close range. The one that has like what 90 close range lock. Ocelus, thank you. Just got assault boost. I've messed with it a lot. And then with like assault boost, because I'm too light, I just kind of eat. Like if I'm getting kited, it's normally by like a linear rifle or I don't know, missiles or whatever it is. And I end up eating too much damage and stagger on the way in, and then I just get fucked before I can get anything out of it. Ow, ow, ow. And like I could fundamentally change the build, but Mad Chainsaw all the way. Mad Chainsaw all the way. Hello, Lorenzo. Hold on. Have you tried the Force 6D arms? I actually don't think we've tried that. Now that you mentioned it. Oh, hold on. I'm getting a message from a buddy. Hold on. Force 6D. Oh, that's 826. Force 6D. Aha. I might give this a shot just to see. I think there's a lot of downsides here, but the accuracy boost is really big. With a chainsaw, they shouldn't be too bad. The chainsaw hits really hard. But you'll lose the ability to one-shot tanks. I already don't have the ability to one-shot tanks. Even with like the min-max chainsaw damage, I just already can't even do that. I'll try it. I'll see how this feels. I'm sure the tracking is gonna feel great. It's more the AP and the chainsaw damage that I'm curious about. To add the Verdict Day final boss to AC6. I've not seen that. I saw that there's like this huge like overhaul mod where they've been adding in a ton of parts from like gens 4 and 5. And they're just straight ports. So like the parts have what's it? You know, the texture quality and all that is noticeably lower. But it is pretty cool. I might try it out someday. I don't know. I feel like 6 has such great part selection, but obviously like I wouldn't complain about more. Shit. The armory? I don't know what it was called. Maybe? I kind of just saw it go by on Twitter with like a few clips of it. But they are just legit ripping the assets out of like Gen 4 and 5 and dumping them in. So if you've seen that, then probably we're thinking of the same thing. The tracking doesn't feel that much noticeably better, despite how insanely phrasing is hard, how large like the numerical increase was. Like in game, I'm not noticing too much of a difference. Maybe it's because I'm against another lightweight right now. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. That second round, I noticed it more. The first round, I think just because he was quick boosting around and he's lightweight, I didn't feel too much of a difference. Chainsaw blocks damage. Yeah, it reduces damage. In single player, it's definitely a lot handier than in multiplayer. FCS just affects lock-on timing. Oh, the double lock timing, right? Like yeah, double lock is the best way to put it. I was gonna say the hard lock where it more properly tracks, but double lock, I guess. What does his emblem say? I didn't catch it. Gen something. I was too focused trying to look at like everything else, and then I noticed the emblem. Gen 1 relics is what it says. I'm here for it. You know, I've only been around for less than a year in this whole Armored Core thing, but you could call me a Gen 1 relic. I started in the right place. Ow. Okay, I'm bum rushing a little too hard. Okay. Maybe the tracking is a lot better. I think it was just because he was boosting around a lot and he was lightweight. It was throwing off the tracking more. So it felt about the same there. Now I'm noticing more of a difference. Let's keep it going. See what happens long term. Ah, you bitch. I thought that was gonna be a really fast kill. I got excited. I thought he was gonna let me have it. I didn't think he was gonna pop pulse armor there. Ow. Ow. Thank God he wasn't prepared. Oh, I'm out of energy. That's unfortunate. Who needs the chainsaw? I do play with controller, yeah. Should I transfer my AC1 save? You can. In my opinion, Armored Core is way more fun when you don't transfer the saves, but it kind of depends. Like, do you want to start the campaign and like the arena grind and stuff and just have everything? Or do you kind of want to go through that progression again where you kind of start from the beginning and work your way back to having a full, like, powerful build? It depends. For me, I think the progression is kind of key to the fun of the game. So I think transferring save files takes a ton of the fun out. But it varies from person to person. Even in Silent Line, yeah. Silent Line was the last game for the 100% on stream that I transferred. And from this point on, I'm just not transferring. I'm not doing it. On Last Raven, it's impossible to get Human Plus without... Unless you're playing the PSP version, it's just impossible to get Human Plus at all. Like, I know on the PSP version, you can bring in your OPI, right? But on PS2, there just is no Human Plus in Last Raven. Because Nexus doesn't have it either on PS2. Well, Nexus never got PSP, you know what I mean. Silent Line is such a pain if you don't transfer. See, when I did the review series, I played every single game without transferring. And there was one game in the entire series where I noticed that like progression felt really slow and painful without transfer, and that was Verdict Day. Other than that, like I know a lot of people say Silent Line feels bad and like Last Raven feels bad without transferring. I feel like they still felt great. Ow, fuck. That was fast. No OPI in PSP either? Oh, okay. You have to get it from 3. On PS2, the, what's it? Last Raven isn't part of that generation. Like, you have to transfer from Nexus. You can't transfer a Gen 3 save into it. The PSP version of Last Raven is weird compared to the PS2 version. It's definitely, like, of those games, it's the most different on PSP. I'll take that chunk of damage. Works for me. Yeah, I know you can cheat code it in. You don't even get much from transferring to Verdict Day, do you not? Verdict Day, it wasn't so much like that the early missions felt bad with starting gear. It was more that the economy of Verdict Day is so tight. Like, you don't make a lot of money when you play Verdict Day. It's actually, it's genuinely hard to make money in Verdict Day. So it's less that like early on it feels bad, and it's more that like by the time that you get to the late game, it's actually kind of hard to have a late game build. The PSP games just skip Nexus and let you, yeah, I know that that's how it works, and it's really weird that they did that. Because like, you know, the originals, they just weren't part of the same generation like that, so it's really weird. Does Phantasma have New Game Plus? No. What was the first Armored Core game to have like a proper New Game Plus, chat? I think it was Nexus, right? Yeah, it would have been Nexus. Everything else does the same like free mission format as like Gen 1 up until Nexus. Then you start getting like a more modern New Game Plus after that. Oh, come on! That's the most painful chainsaw moment, when it catches and then lets go immediately. That's the one that hurts my soul. You know, like if it misses, it's fine, it's whatever. If it catches and like I think that I have it and then it just lets go immediately, that's painful. That's when it hurts. Like punching daggers or something? They have a dagger. What is a punching dagger? What does that mean? Ah, shit. Yeah, this is where I'm noticing the reduced chainsaw damage for sure. It's against this tank. Thank God. Tanks are a lot harder to fight with these arms. You'll import your ACs and half of them are overweight. Oh, because of the rebalancing. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's not a game where you were ever supposed to be able to import from Gen 3 like that, so that makes sense. I can see how that would cause problems. Oh shit! We lost. Yeah, tank matchups are a lot worse now. Way more difficult to fight. That's definitely the huge downside with these arms. Like mantis blades or something like that? From Soul Calibur? I guess I don't know, like there's a dagger. It essentially acts like the punch too, in terms of like extending the stagger duration and stuff like that. So I feel like that's pretty much, at least like aside from just the visual aspect of it, I feel like that's essentially what you're asking for. Aesthetics aside, like from a gameplay standpoint. Dagger scares me, man. That thing comes out while you're staggered, and that's a deceptive little melee weapon, you know? It looks small and non-threatening, and it doesn't hit too hard per strike, but then you get caught in this combo for like 6k damage. Yeah, it hits almost as hard as the chainsaw if they get the full combo. It's a deceptive little bastard. Said you're gonna stream Star Wars games? Not like any, I don't have any current plans for it, but just like someday, inevitably, yeah. Plasma being bull in AC6. I do kind of hate plasma. It's just obnoxious. Because even like it has like the dodge indicator, but unless you're already really far away, you're gonna get hit by it. Just because it's this giant AoE attack. It's not like it's a direct impact weapon, right? So despite the game giving you like the warning and being like, oh yeah, you can dodge it, like even there, I'm pretty far away. And I quick boosted as the warning came out and it hit me. You know what I mean? Like, I hate it. It's really annoying to play against.
AP at 30%.
Fuck! The javelin. Because their explosions are proximity based? Yeah, it's bullshit. I hate them. They're just really not fun to play against. Neither are the grenade launchers that have the proximity explosions. Those are also just not fun to be on the other side of. Bitch. This guy kind of has like an entire setup of stuff that's gonna hit you even if you're dodging. Like stuff that kind of circles back around to hit you anyway. And it's a tank. It's kind of all around an obnoxious build. Aren't procs? They trigger at the end of their effective range. I think they are proximity. Because they hit all the time. Like, there's no way that I'm always just coincidentally at the end of the effective range. Because I feel like every time a bazooka shoots at me and I quick boost to the side, it blows up right next to me. They have procs? I thought so. Moonlight and Dizzy? What is Dizzy? It's just netcode? Is it? Oh, that's me. I was gonna try to go find the properties like on the wiki or something, but the wiki page for bazookas literally only has the bazookas from Gen 1 and 2 listed. Thank you once again, Armored Core Wiki, for being one of the most useless gaming wikis I've ever seen. Oh. See, I didn't look at this guy ahead of time. Speaking of earlier when I was talking about using the Talbot because of the occasional build that I don't want to boost straight into, this is one of them. Where like I have just enough range against flamethrowers to sit right outside of the cloud and still get damage with the Etzogens. And it's, you know, I have to play the long game against them, but I can win instead of just getting cooked for trying to get damage the only way I can. That stun launcher is hitting me though. And I messed up at the beginning by quick boosting straight in. I ate like 5k AP. Am I interested in Mecha Break? I'm really not. I'm well aware of it. I actually, I got invited to their closed beta tests, but on the condition that I like made a video about it, and I just didn't have time in my video schedule for it. This was back like in December, I want to say, maybe January. Oh, goodbye. But you're the mech guy? I'm not. Like, the only mech games I've ever played are Armored Core. Saw the game modes? What game modes do they have? I'm actually so pissed that I tried to go and look at like the bazooka properties, and they only have the bazookas from Gen 1 and 2 listed. That is obnoxious. Was that me? I hope that was me. That was me. Oh, they changed their shit up. I recognize the build. Capture the flag and I think it was team-based. Absolutely. It's like, you know, it's a game that seems cool. It's just, it's not my genre, and like the invite, again, the invite was on the condition that like I made content around it. Like that was why I was getting invited. And I just, you know, I was doing the Ace Combat and the Metal Gear stuff. Trying to figure out, do I want to be really close or do I want to hang back? What do I want to do with this guy? Fucking hell. I think I want to hang back a bit, actually. Keeps me away from his chainsaw. Or, sorry, chainsaw. It's not even a machine gun. I was like, chain gun? That's not a chain gun. Machine gun. Bazookas, according to Reddit, have procs. Not that I've ever noticed. I've noticed it in PvP a lot. I don't know if I even ever used bazookas in single player. But yeah, I definitely thought so from just experience of having them used against me on PvP. Oh, he has bubbles. He has bubbles on his shoulders. On one of his shoulders. I went a lot better than the last time I matched him, but I think it was the build. Check his generator. VP20C. Why? Do, what's it? A lot more damage than expected. I forget that that energy weapons scale off of generators in this game. I was like, why are we looking at the generator? I was trying to put it together. I'm like, energy weapons don't consume energy in this game, do they? Like they used to? I was confused, but that makes sense. I just forget that that's a thing. Armored Core 6 has so many stats. It's just a ridiculous amount of stats going on in this game. Qui-Gon. Is that the AC name? I forget how the format here works. I think that's the AC name. No, that's his username. Okay, not the AC name. Or sorry, pilot name. I guess username is the Steam name. But then there's like the Armored Core pilot name. That's more what I'm looking for. Ow! Ow! Okay. Assault armor. Noted. Good to know. I haven't seen much assault armor today. When I'm able to take advantage of someone having assault armor, it's great. I wonder what ChatGPT says is the best build. Man, Taz is out here coming up with like the new hard algorithm hitting Armored Core videos, and he's doing it for free. That would actually be a hilarious Armored Core video. Just ask GPT or chat GPT for the best PvP build and put together exactly what it spits out. Go on ranked with it. You could do that in like every gen too. Assuming, I don't know, would you be able to get a Gen 1 build? Now I'm curious if ChatGPT will give you a Gen 1 build for Armored Core. Anyone have an account for ChatGPT to where you can actually use it? I don't. So someone else is gonna have to do this. I unfortunately cannot participate in the experiment today. A machine designing machines would be good. Well, would be a good video, that is. Probably not a good build if I had to guess. How much you want to bet it would be dual Zimmermans? Anyone want to put money on this? I'm willing to bet it tells you to use dual Zimmermans. There's no way it doesn't, right? It would have to. At least I would imagine. Once I know that someone has assault armor, works great. Should do a stream using chat builds as long as they aren't completely useless jokes. Unranked. I don't know about that one. Chat builds on ranked. You know what would actually be a really funny... never mind. Hold on. What the fuck is that? I was writing down a note. An absolute stroke of genius. I look up and I see this thing staring me down. And he's soft locking. Ow. He's not soft locking anymore. At least I don't think he is. That's what you get for writing, nerd. If I don't write these things down, I will lose them. I will not remember these things when the time comes. These are things that need to be written down. I was like, I was gonna just verbally speak something. Like it was a content idea. But then I recalled my own joke about Tass just out here giving out the best ideas for free. And that was a good enough idea that I'm keeping it to myself until I do it. Full transparency, that was a good enough idea that like I don't have time in my schedule to get to it right away. But it was a really good idea. So I'm writing that down. No one can steal it from me before I get to it. Unless someone has the exact same idea, which is possible. I'm probably not the first person to think of it. But that one stays with me for now. Is it possible in any Armored Core game to do a build resembling a super battle droid? Maybe in... like in Gen 3 and 3.5, there's that one head that is so tiny that you could maybe do it. I feel like the headpiece is the limiting factor with that. Yo, cool it with that linear rifle charge right off the bat. Good call. See, he wants to hang back. I gotta not let him hang back. Like, I'm kind of used to doing this, like, go in, get pressure, back off when it's appropriate. The back off component is maybe one that I don't want to do as much here. Because I took some damage that round that I didn't need to. Well, not that I didn't need to. I took some damage without being able to return damage while taking it. I could have won that if I hadn't let up the way I did. I'll eat that. That's fine. Ow, fuck, it's not fine. That hurt a lot. Yeah, come here. Yeah. Republic Commandos, Super Battle Droids, or something else. Republic Commando is fun. I gotta revisit that someday. They don't make Star Wars games like they used to, man. Like, the Jedi games are all right. Like, the new Respawn Jedi games, they're fine. But they're no, like, KOTOR or Dark Forces, Republic Commando. They used to be built different, man. They don't make them like they used to. They're better now than they were in, like, the early to mid 2010s for sure, though. And, like, the late 2000s was not great for Star Wars games either. They're better than they were, like, the decade prior, but they're not what they were in the late 90s, early 2000s. They were just pumping out super good Star Wars games then. Lego Star Wars, The Clone Wars. I'm not a huge Lego Star Wars guy. I'm not a huge Lego guy. So, Lego game guy. Well, actually, Lego guy in general. I wasn't a Lego kid growing up either. I had some Legos. I had the Death Star when I was a kid. I had the Lego Death Star. It's still around somewhere. I wasn't that big on Legos when I was a kid. You know why? It's because I was a gamer. Because I started playing games when I was really little. So I was like, yeah, I could play with Legos. Or I could play, like, Resident Evil and Halo. You know, why? Like, Legos are fine, but, like, come on now. I have better things to do. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I know there are so many canceled Star Wars games from that era too that would have probably been really good. Although I guess typically when games are canceled, at least if they make their way to production and then they get canceled, there's normally a good enough reason. Maybe they wouldn't have been as good as I like to think. But like there's that one third-person shooter they were gonna do where you like kind of went through the shadier parts of Coruscant. I can't remember what that game was gonna be called. That one was like early 2010s. 1313, is that what it is? That sounds like what I'm saying. I think that was what I was saying. I think I'm talking about 1313. Mega Bloks Halo was my favorite as a kid. I missed the Call of Duty line. Yeah, like I know that like a bunch of my friends growing up had like, you know, the Call of Duty and Halo Mega Bloks. But even then I was like, man, we could play with that, but like why not just go play Halo or Call of Duty? Like, you know, these are cool, but like we could just play the game. We don't need these. Ow. I got ruined on like Mega Bloks and Legos and all that as a kid because I got started on the gaming so early. And like the good gaming too. Like the, you know, my parents were not the most responsible about what games I was and wasn't allowed to play, so I was playing the good shit when I was a kid. Like Resident Evil, Halo, COD. What else was I playing when I was a kid? What else was I playing that I shouldn't have been? Silent Hill. I gotta think. Gears of War. For sure, Gears of War. So fun. The amount of Gears of War Horde mode that I played, like Gears of War 2 and 3 especially. Oh my god. Bring me a PC collection of the Gears of War games, man. I beg. I'm on my knees. Microsoft, like, whose dick do I have to suck for a Gears of War collection on PC? Seriously. Like a Master Chief collection, you know, where I can just like boot up, have like all the games in there, install them if I want, leave them out if I don't want them. You know, if we're getting real, like, you know, wet dream about it, have like the Master Chief Collection matchmaking system where I can have like Gears 1, 2, and 3 all installed and like queue up to find matches for any of them. And it's just like, yeah, whatever I find, like one match I play Gears of War 2, next match I play Gears of War 3, and I don't even have to like back out of the matchmaking pool. Stuff like that. Like Master Chief Collection, now that it's fixed, is one of the greatest like preservations of a gaming franchise I've ever seen. It might be the greatest, to be honest. It might just be the best now that it's fixed. We don't talk about launch MCC anymore. But like MCC as it is today, oh my God, man. No game out there has been so lovingly preserved as Halo. It's incredible. They have Steam Workshop support. They've got that crazy matchmaking system that I was just talking about. They added in a bunch of cut content from like Halo CE and Halo 2. Like officially, you can just hop on matchmaking and like get into maps that have cut weapons from the original game. It's insane. It is probably the best preservation of any video game series. And since it's Microsoft, I can sit here and I can daydream about Gears of War getting that treatment. You guys have no idea how much I would play Gears of War if they did that. Doom exists, but I see what you mean. Doom got like the same thing, but not... Well, Doom 64 got a Night Dive remaster, so that helps a lot, certainly. What is really nice about the way that Bethesda like repackaged Doom 1 and 2 is being able to install megawads so easily, like the add-ons, where like I can open Doom 1 through Steam and just go into the main menu and be like, hey, I want to play John Romero's Sigil. And it will just like download the WAD from Bethesda servers real quick and I can play it right there. That's pretty great. But it's not the same as like having Steam Workshop and having like one game where you can queue into the matchmaking for all the games, right? Like what I was saying. There's not a thing where you can queue into like Doom 1, 2, and 3 deathmatch all at once and just like bounce around between them from game to game. There's nothing quite like that for Doom. Very close, but not quite. Still really bad patches. You know, people who are really picky about their Doom think that the ports are bad. And I'm a huge Doom fan for years and years. I mean, since I was like, what? I think I first played Doom when I was like 10. And like classic Doom, right? I'm a huge Doom fan for a long time. The ports are perfectly fine. There's a lot of nitpicking going on with those ports. But there's also just like, I feel like they don't get enough credit for all the good things that they offer. Oh, you still have pulse. Shit. In my brain, he had already used it, but I already used mine. That's what I was vaguely remembering while I'm sitting here yapping.
AP at 50%. AP
Ow.
at 30%.
Objectively inferior in terms of features? Like what? I had the old Xbox 360 version. What's missing? I could just be blanking, and maybe I just haven't played enough of those ports. I don't know. Ow. Ow. Nobody plays World Tour. Duke Nukem World Tour is a port, certainly. Now I'm wondering what I'm forgetting. Because like they have the WADs. They have matchmaking, right? I think they have matchmaking. No, don't you run away from me. Oh, I staggered? That's bullshit. I was just being like, oh, maybe I shouldn't stagger him yet. And then I did. That's not bullshit. Sometimes I just say it when I'm upset. Sometimes I don't mean it. Split screen co-op. I'm not even gonna get into the split screen thing. I have a very hot take on the split screen thing, but I just, yeah. Doesn't the Bethesda port have matchmaking though? Does it not? Am I just misremembering that? I was pretty sure it did. Come on, you bitch. Shim Killing Floor never made it to console. Oh, fuck off! Killing Floor is so fun. All of them. I actually, someone spotted like last week that I have Unreal Tournament 2004 installed. This is Chole lore that doesn't get brought up very much. But someone, when I had my Steam open for like a minute, caught that I had UT 2004 installed currently. I haven't been playing Unreal Tournament. I've been playing the Killing Floor mod for Unreal Tournament. I've been playing Killing Floor 2.5. For anyone who knows like the mods. That's what I've been playing on Unreal. Little known fact that I'm a very, very big Killing Floor fan. You can't buy UT 2004 anymore? I know. I only just found out like a couple weeks ago that you can't buy the old Unreal Tournaments anymore. Yeah, they delisted all the old Unreal games. Which is so strange to me. Cause like, why did Epic delist them? Does anyone know the reason? Because there's gotta be a reason. And I'm just like out of the loop, right? But like, why did Epic delist Unreal Tournament? Or just Unreal? You can't buy Unreal 1 or 2 anymore either.
At 30%.
Yet another valuable game in my Steam library, or actually a bunch of games. I think I own every Unreal Tournament game. They took down Unreal Gold. Yeah, I don't know why. To turn off the servers. Oh my god. Thank you for that, Epic. I mean, sure, like, no one was really playing Unreal Tournament anymore. Not no one, but you know what I mean. Like, your Epic Games, right? You got your Fortnite thing going right now. So sure, like, compared to just putting that into a little more Fortnite server space, or even just development costs, sure. Like, it makes sense. But still sucks. Delisting it is crazy, because there are community-run servers on these games. Like, you can still play Unreal Tournament. I could go play it right now. Because there are community servers. I don't, like, turning off the official servers is one thing. But delisting it? Like they don't make enough out of Fortnite with skins and battle passes. That's what I'm saying. They could make more. Chat, let's be honest, right? Let's all keep it a buck for a second, okay? No matter how much money you make, you would always like to make just a little bit more, you know? If you could like just in that sort of situation where you could just spend like an hour one day to do that real quick, like, you know, delist the games, shut down the servers, and then just put that into Fortnite so that Fortnite makes a little more cash, of course you would do it. Like an hour of effort to just make more money over the next however long, sure, anyone would. It just sucks with like old games because like game preservation, you know? I wouldn't do that, you're a liar. Or you think you wouldn't, but I think everyone would. I don't know why that got held. Oh, for fuck. That's probably why. I was like, why did YouTube hold that message? Ricochet, you're not wrong. The Ricochet servers are still up. Oh, that was a nice chainsaw. We love those. That's what you get for having terminal armor. From the sales in a future, from a surge. I don't know. Unreal is like pretty dead. Hold on, the games are still on Steam. Like, it's always a possibility that it could surge, but especially when you're selling copies for like, how much worth? I mean, I'm gonna pull up SteamDB. I can look at the price history. I'll go with 2004. 2004 is a, well, it's a version of Unreal, but I'll go with it. I'll be generous to it. In the last 3 months, I'll go 3 months. UT 2004 has peaked at 99 players. I was not playing that day. I was like, would I have been playing at that point? It was on April 5th this year. Oh, I did 3 months, yeah. Where's the price history? Also, what am I up against here? Lowest recorded price. Oh, I can't look at, okay. I can't look at the standard prices right now. Was delisted during that time? How long ago did they get delisted? Because I can pull it, to be fair. I don't think the number's gonna get a lot higher. Like at all. When did they get delisted? Because I only recently found out about it. Last year? Okay. I'll see if I can do like 2 years. Ow. Ow. I don't think that number's gonna go up very much. Oh wait, this is the guy who had the really cool, what's it? I don't even know how to describe that build. Like, I can picture it in my head. This is the guy who had the really cool kiting build earlier. Like, where he was like, it was a mix of kiting and playing really aggressive. This is that guy from earlier. I only just realized. Shit. He ran me with that build. Okay. Hold on. Back to player chart. I can do 3 years. There's no 2 years. In the last 3 years, UT 2004 peaked at 116 players. So, like, it could have a surge in popularity, but, like, it's pretty dead. After Future Soldier was supposed to... Future Soldier... They finally went down about a month or two ago. Recently? I used to play Future Soldier multiplayer a little bit with friends. I didn't play it, like, a lot, but I did play it a bit. I played a lot of Ghost Recon when I was a kid. That's a nostalgia game for me. Like the old Ghost Recon, and also like Advanced Warfighter 1 and 2. Future Soldier wasn't my thing all that much. Like Future Soldier was such a spectacle game where like it was really cool for the first like, I don't know, little bit that you played it. It's a game that you'll get like a solid 20 hours out of and you'll be like, man, this game is kind of sweet. But then there's just not enough depth to it to really like stick around past that. At least that was like what happened to all me and my friends back when it came out. My Steam library grows more and more valuable as time goes on. The amount of games that get delisted from Steam, especially like old ass games like Unreal, that I'm a boomer and a half, so of course I have them. I like old ass games. Like Spec Ops The Line, I got that. That got delisted a little bit ago. Pass the account down to your kids. What kids? I'll pass the account down to someone, surely. I have no idea who I would even pass it on to. Speaking of, I actually had planned to like give my my login info to like my best friends since kindergarten as like a just in case sort of thing for like all my accounts. I was gonna give him like the file that has all of my logins in it for everything. You can't actually put your Steam account in your will. I can give someone my login. It doesn't need to be in my will. That's what I'm doing with my fucking, like, my YouTube and shit. You never know. Something might happen.
AP at 50%.
Your email but then they would have to reset everything. And then, if they reset everything, they would probably massacre my account security. So that wouldn't be great long term. I've talked to this is fairly common Chole lore that I'm like weirdly paranoid about my account security. All of my shit is like on lockdown. Like I have so many security measures on all of my accounts. And then like at the end of, like if you wanted to get into my YouTube, there are like 3 hoops you have to jump through that are all gonna be a pain in the ass if you aren't actually me or have the data, or sorry, the credentials from me to get in. And then at the end of all of that, you're gonna need this thing. I have a physical key as well. Even like once you get through all of the extra hoops, you need the physical key to be plugged into your device. I'm weirdly paranoid about this. Hello? It doesn't want to plug back in. There we go. You heard it. And of course there's a backup key too, in case that one breaks. Reminds me of that one Goku and Vegeta meme. What? What Goku and Vegeta meme? I'm pretty in the know on my Dragon Ball memes. I don't know what you're talking about. Now lock it up in a vault. The backup key may or may not be in my safe that I bought when I was living in Florida to like keep all my valuables in. May or may not be locked in there. Close enough. As close to a vault as I can get. Also, what's with all the terminal armor used today? I'm seeing a lot of terminal. The only reason that the main key is not in the safe is because it's plugged into my computer, because I was using it today to log into something. Yeah, as fucked up as it is, I actually, the plan for like my, in case some accident results in sudden death, is I want my best friend to have my login so that he can get into my YouTube and put up a community post to notify people that, you know, I'm dead. This is actually something that we have talked about, and I just haven't given him the shit yet. I need to do that, actually. I'm gonna put that in my phone. Could happen today. You never know. Like, gas explosions happen. Just random, like, all of a sudden, boom, house blows up. You don't know. I noticed a lot more people using Terminal. Why? I wonder why more people are starting to use it. Do you think it's because there's less melee builds coming around now? Very morbid for a 22-year-old. I've thought about my own mortality a lot. I've come to terms with it. Shit happens. Oh no. I like the decal. Ow. Oh, speaking of boomer-ass games from like 5 minutes ago, I have all those Night Dive remasters in my Steam library now. I gotta get to some of those at some point. I have too much this week already, but soon I have to get to them. I'm trying to remember what all was in there that I didn't already have. Why can I not think of the game's name? The Rise of the Triad remaster that they did. I got that now. Didn't have that before. Turok 3. I am so happy that they put the Turok 3 remaster in that bundle, because that was so new and so expensive. You dying? No. I don't even remember how it came up. But I was talking about, like, I have, like, my best friend since kindergarten. He and I have already talked about this. Where, like, I need to give him access to my stuff and, like, the code to my safe so that he can get one of the physical keys out of it as well, of course. So that in the event that I just suddenly, unexpectedly die, he has the accounts and everything. Oh, it was because of Steam accounts. Someone was like, you can't put your Steam account in your will. And I was like, my ass. What if I just give him the login before I die? Sure, that won't be sus. Not to like keep uploading, but so that if I suddenly die, he can at least put up like a post instead of just like everything suddenly stops one day. I was thinking money. Oh, man, I don't know where the fuck my money's going when I die. I gotta figure that out. Yeah, it was because of the Steam account. Chole versus Valve. There's no versus. You can't stop me. I gave him my login. What are you gonna do? He has it. He has the account. What are you gonna do? Ban it? Because he's using just a Steam account. I'm not using it. He's the new owner of it. I gave it to him. Can't ban it. You can't prove shit. Greener pastures. I don't know where my money's going. I should have a will written. Speaking of. Like, it's one of those things where, you know, like, you're 22, you don't think that you need, but like, shit happens. It's just, any day can happen. A couple people I went to high school with are dead. Not joking, they are. There's a couple of them. So, like, I probably should have a will written, actually. Because I've got stuff. I've got a lot of bullshit. Got real for a moment. A sudden realization that I probably actually should have a will written. I mean, I've thought about, like, the accounts thing already, but, like, I need to have, like, a full proper will. Now that I think about it. Maybe I should give my Steam account to False so that she can carry on my Tekken legacy. I know she will. Ah, fuck! I almost got ran over last Friday, and it's just one of those things where, like, you know, if you did, might just, like, that might have just been it. Right there. It could have been. No matter how much you think, prepare, you'll still never be ready. I've thought about it a lot. And I have also thought about the fact that regardless of when it happens, I'm not gonna be cool with it. I will sell it. No, you won't. I know you wouldn't. Get good enough to where it matters. No, my Steam account is so much more than my Tekken. My Steam account does have a ton of unlisted games. So, especially, like, as the years go on, my Steam account will only become more and more valuable. It has a ton of games that you just straight up can't buy anymore. Ow. Woo, woo, woo. Oh no, I'm gonna get staggered. Holy shit. I just have to dodge until he runs out of Sampu ammo. Fuck! Thank God. You didn't even know I was a guy? I know enough to know that you're not a guy! I can tell because you's a bitch. It's obvious. This is a joke, by the way. For reference. This is a joke between two friends. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her. And what's you? A slightly drier, moodier, more actually not moodier. Scratch that. Drier and more sarcastic bitch. Sorry, that was cold. Dry. That is still the funniest thing on your throne. For people who don't know the meme, I pulled it up way back when it first happened. But someone sent False a recommendation on her throne, which is like a platform that you can use to like gift people things from like Amazon and stuff. And someone recommended like this massive, like literal oil drum of lubricant. And along with the recommendation, it was thousands of dollars, by the way, of lubricant. Thousands of dollars worth. And the comment that came along with it just said, "We all know you need this." That is absolutely the wildest and also the funniest thing that you've ever gotten recommended on Throne. And it's entirely because of the comment. If it was just the drum, it would have been like kind of funny. But you know, like you forget about it. With the comment, it's the funniest thing. Very memorable comment. You know what? I just remembered another game that I have that you can't buy through Steam anymore. Can't buy officially anymore. You can still buy it, but there's not many copies left in circulation. And they're getting scalped to shit because of it. Ace Combat Assault Horizon. That game is already worth like $60, $70 right now. Just wait until there's even less keys in circulation. I know there's only like 2 women here. Most men will not take offense to those jokes. It's a very vocal, very select few that do. I mean, because that's like, that's just funny. I know 2 that do. There's no reason to take actual offense to it. In my opinion, there's no reason. Because it's funny. It's like, oh, haha. Like, men are so unfunny that they can't get laid. It's just, it's a funny joke. I make jokes about not being able to get laid all the time. It's not offensive when I say it. I literally just said the other day, first woman that proposes to me is gonna get a yes at this point. I make jokes like that all the time. Oh my god, he's too fast! Even the new enhanced tracking can't keep up. I can like supers? Yeah, it's been a thing. I'm waiting for Charlie, for the record, as I do. I feel like because I wait for Charlie, sometimes when he takes a minute to catch up, it makes it seem like I'm ignoring supers, which I'm not. I just wait for the TTS to come through. I don't want to ruin it.
At 30%.
$? Hold on, I know this. I might not know this. I did know this at one point. I definitely did know what it was at some point. But I do not remember right now. There's too many currencies out there, man. It's so hard to keep track. Oh. Ah! Hello? Is Charlie broken? Fuck's sake. He is. Charlie is broken. Oh, I do have it on my new computer.
Review Project Windman Coward.
Never mind, he's fine. Thank you for the 2, Ruby. No, but thank you. I was like in the process of opening up my TTS program to fix him. Because you haven't watched him in a while. I actually watched Charlie this morning. I watched him play a little X-Defiant this morning, which for some reason they shadow dropped exclusively on Ubisoft Connect. So like no one knows that X-Defiant actually came out this week. But it did.
AP at 30%.
So if you didn't know, now you know. And if you don't remember it by name, X-Defiant is that free-to-play like old school COD multiplayer kind of game that Ubisoft was working on. It came out like full 1.0. It's out this week. And they shadow dropped it with no advertising. I have no idea why. Because the game is actually good. I haven't played it myself yet, but everyone is saying that the game is actually really fun who's been playing it. And so everyone is like, why are they not marketing this game? Because apparently the game is great. And it's a... When I say old school COD, it's modeled off of like the golden era of COD. So it's supposed to feel like you're playing not modern Call of Duty. It's supposed to feel like you're playing like Modern Warfare 3, like old Modern Warfare 3, obviously. Black Ops 2 sort of Call of Duty, like that era is what it's supposed to feel like. And everyone is saying that it does actually feel like that. Is Disrespect in it? No, it's not his. Dr. Disrespect is making some shitty crypto game. No one cares about it. Everyone cared until we found out that it was like an NFT project, and now no one cares anymore. It's like Iron Sight? Yes, like Iron Sight. Very much like Iron Sight, actually. But it's like Iron Sight with a larger dev team and higher budget. Pretty much. And it's got like guns and characters from like all of Ubisoft's properties. So like they've got stuff from Watch Dogs in there. They've got stuff from Ghost Recon in there. Stuff like that. Disrespecting Dr. Disrespect. To be fair, man's a bad guy, isn't he? Well, it's like, depends. I don't know. He gets a lot of shit for being like a bad person. He cheated on his wife, which is a bad thing to do. But I feel like it's unfortunately so common that it's like, does that alone make you a terrible person? Like, is that the qualifier for being a shit person? Didn't he record someone in the bathroom? No, he recorded himself in the bathroom at TwitchCon. His cameraman followed him into the bathroom and had the camera on him while he was like at the urinal. Because that's like the other thing that gets brought up, right? And it's like, I mean, it's stupid, but does it make you a terrible person? No. I don't like Dr. Disrespect, like personally, I don't watch him or anything, but it's like, he's not a terrible human being. People act like he is, and it's just like, didn't he work on COD Ghost? He worked on Advanced Warfare and Modern Warfare 3. He was a Sledgehammer level designer. And some of his maps are really fucking good. Anyone who remembers the map Biolabs from Advanced Warfare? The one that was like snowy outside and had like all the corrugated tubes going like between the little outpost buildings. That was his map. It's a good map. Only his wife, if that makes sense. Yeah, like that's, they like who knows the context of that relationship? Like, because it really does depend a lot relationship to relationship, right? I'm not saying like, oh, you know, sometimes it's perfectly fine, but the severity of it can vary. Like in my life, I know two people who cheated on girlfriends of theirs. One of them I'm still like cool with, but I don't really talk to him. The other, like I ended my friendship with this guy over his relationship with his at the time girlfriend because wow, it was really bad. I'm not saying it's, you know, good in any context. It's just the severity of it really varies a lot. Cheating is not a no. It's not a good thing ever. It's just sometimes it is enough to make you a terrible human being. It's just I don't know. I don't know. Just divorce, it really is like it's such a weird thing. I've never understood it. But I'm also there's a term for it. I can't remember the term, like something sexual, where like I am really I cannot form an intimate relationship with someone at all if I don't know them well beforehand. I guess that's the best way to explain it. There's a term for it that I can't remember it. I've heard it before and I'm like, oh, that's me. But I never really cared enough to commit it to memory. Demi, that might be right. So you're normal? I mean, you would think. I didn't catch the rest of the joke. My husband's boyfriend. I did not catch the rest of the joke. Actually. Oh God. You're right. Into pineapples? I joke a lot about swinging. To be fair, I do. I have the shirt. And if you don't know, I have a t-shirt. Okay, it takes more context because not everyone knows enough about swinger culture to get the joke. But I have a t-shirt. Within swinger culture, an upside down pineapple is like I guess the best way to put it is like a dog whistle almost, where like if you see someone who like has an upside down pineapple like patch on their backpack or some shit like that, right? Like something small that you would never really think about, but if you're someone who's in swinger culture, you know the upside down pineapple and you know that that person is open to the idea of swinging, right? And I have a shirt, a t-shirt that I wear in public. I have worn it in public. It has led to one awkward interaction, but normally no one knows what it is. It's a t-shirt that has upside down pineapple on it. Just like right on the front, boom, pineapple, but it's upside down. And it's funny. It's a funny shirt. A Lula booster. Just slipped. Patches don't... A pin. You're thinking of a pin, false. A patch wouldn't just slip. For a second, I was like, what? But a pin. You're thinking of a pin. Yeah. Patch is like embroidered in sort of thing. Like sewn in. Why no Basho? We changed them today to mess around with some, what's it called? Oh, way better tracking for the Etsugens. Like we get nearly triple the gun accuracy on these compared to the Basho. And we have a little less AP and a little less, I think the weapon, or sorry, the melee weapon scaling went from like 150 to 120. But we traded like 20% of the melee scaling, not pure damage, just the scaling on it. For like triple the weapon accuracy at medium range. And so far, it really has just been, I'm lasering people with the Etsugens way more, and I get a little less chainsaw damage, but it's the chainsaw. So unless I'm up against like a tank, I'm not really noticing the trade-off in damage. It was something that I was like, yeah, let me try that. I haven't tried that, actually. And it's been good. It feels real good.
AP at 30%.
And it also conveniently makes my build less meta. Which is great. Because some people, when I was talking about like how my build isn't meta, they're like, says the guy using Basho. I'm like, is the arm part all I need to be meta? Like, what? Now I just have none of it. It's just an off... Oh, and Etsugens, I guess. But Etsugens have always been my thing. Like, since literal patch 1.0, I've used Etsugens. It's just a coincidence that they happen to be one of the best weapons in the game now. But, like, on stream, since the game came out, I have always used Etsugens since week 1. Recoil is what does it? The arms affect recoil.
AP at 50%.
They have way better recoil management as well. Like, also nearly triple. I don't think it's quite triple, but it's like 2.5 or something. It went from like 40 to 110, I think. Something like that. See, like there? With Basho, the chainsaw would have killed him. But I mean, it worked anyway. The damage loss isn't major by any means. He'll take a break from mechs no matter what, he says, because he's a mech guy. But he has... false. The Ace Combat thing, I basically... Like, I copy-pasted it from what I said about mech games after Armored Core. Didn't you know? I actually mentioned it earlier this stream. But False, didn't I tell you that I was getting, like, invites to cover unreleased mech games that I was... like respectfully turning down just because I didn't want to niche myself? Didn't you know this? You don't tell me? No, you knew about this. You absolutely knew about this. Like back in December-ish, I was getting invites to like cover unreleased mech games, but I was respectfully turning them down because I didn't want to shoehorn myself into being a mech channel. Oh, hello.
AP at 30%.
It's like, I like Armored Core. I don't like mechs. December? Yeah, it was like hot off of, what's it? Hot off of the review series that this was happening. I got a couple of them. One of them I mentioned specifically earlier. There was another one outside of it.
AP at 50%.
Oh, son of a bitch. I'm dead.
30%.
That killed me. I think he just hasn't played Project Wingman out of spite. No, I've talked about Wingman. I don't want to like get myself into the flight niche because A, it's not a sustainable niche, and B, out of the 3 review series I've done, Ace Combat has been the smallest one, like performance-wise. So I also don't have a lot of reason to like immediately do a bonus video for it, because I'm better off just doing Metal Gear for now. It's one of those things where I probably will eventually go back and do it. It's just right now I have smarter options available. I was trying to find a good way to word it. His AC is fast and hard. no comment. I have no words in response to that. I'm better than that. Definitely. It is called Fast and Hard. Wait, no. Is that the AC name or is that his name? Never mind, that is the AC name. The calling card, like, layout confuses me. Where they put your pilot name up top. But then once you're in game, the, how? Fuck. Once you're in game, they flip it to where the AC name is on top. Take notes, aspiring devs. It's confusing. Just keep it consistent. UI layouts matter. Like there's a JoJo stand called Soft and Wet. Becoming an algorithm slave live. I mean, this isn't new. It's always been this way. Ask false. There's a stand named Sex Pistols too. That's nice. That was my nickname in high school. Oh. Don't disconnect. I can win this. Oh, neither of us took any damage. Wait, he might have taken some damage. Did I? I think he might have. No, it wasn't, liar. It was. That was my nickname in high school. One of many. Chole. Throat Goat. Coltrane. Sex Pistols. Absolutely. It's true. Deep Schultz was never a nickname. No. In Monster Hunter, there's a stand user with Deep Purple as his ability. What would be my stand name? I haven't seen JoJo, so I don't know what the names like typically sound like or like how they're themed or anything. Oh, Hunter x Hunter? How did I read Monster Hunter? How did that happen? Like, that's... Ow. We got another one. Oh, and of course you have pulse armor. It's like this build is tailor-made to be obnoxious. Fuck. From old rock and hip-hop groups? Oh. Okay. Makes it kind of hard, actually. Ow.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Musical references. If I had a JoJo stand. Musical references. Also, what happened to False? She was like about to explode into a rant and then just it stopped immediately. Like the rant never came. What happened? I think we lost her. I only just realized that there was no follow-up. She's cooking. Yeah, just let her cook. Just let her cook. Fuck. Ow.
50%.
I got stuck on the pillar. No. How are you boosting so far? How do you have this energy? What? Holy generator.
At 30%.
He flew for so long in assault boost, and then he stopped and hovered, and then he kept assault boosting. What the fuck? That was so much energy. What generator is that? I mean, I ran out like before he even did the hover thing. Ow, fuck.
At 50%.
Is he out? No, he's not. What generator is this? I might need it.
AP at 30%.
Oh my. Wow. He might also just have like energy efficient frame parts. I don't know. Is that even still a thing in AC6? It probably is. I think. Oh, I forgot to look. There's matchup history. I can go look there. Hold on. Match log. Santai. Santai. Is it just like insanely high capacity? Or is it like a mix of high capacity and what's it? Like energy efficient parts? I mean, the capacity is higher. But not that much higher. It's weird. It's weird that it was that much more energy compared to me. Might be an efficiency thing. I have no idea. Do things still work like that in AC6? Like having certain parts will like affect your energy drain, like frame parts and stuff. Is that still a thing here? I don't know. I play all Armored Core gens, so trying to keep them all straight gets a little difficult sometimes. Bitch, respect the chainsaw. Respect it. Use that expansion. Be in the Closet by Michael Jackson. What? What? I'll have you know, I like women. Specifically, the older ones. But, you know, my age works too.
At 30%.
Not really younger at all, because, like, it's so weird. I feel like it doesn't seem like 20 and 22 would be that different, but it feels so different. It feels like I don't want anything to do with, like, I feel like a relationship with a 20-year-old would be painful for me. Like, just mentally taxing. It's weird. I feel like the difference between 20 and 22 is so much more than it seems on paper in terms of, like, because, you know, like when you're still at ages where you're like in school, even if that's college, so much happens in the course of like 1 year developmentally that a 2-year difference is a lot. But a 35-year-old and a yeah, like, I feel like as you get up, like, the amount of development that happens in like a smaller span of time goes down. And I mean, for some people, they just, you know, they just don't get with the program, and they just kind of, anyway, you know what I mean? Some people don't really develop as quickly as they should. They don't keep up with the general pace. But yeah, the older, the less the gap matters, definitely. But I always thought, like, people always said that, like, once you're out of high school, the gap stops mattering as much. And I feel like being at the age where, like, assuming you go straight from high school to college and do a standard 4-year, like most of my friends from high school are graduating college this year, right? Like, that's the age that I am. And I feel like the thought of a relationship with someone who's only like halfway through college, it sounds like it would just be a pain in the ass in terms of like the dynamic between someone my age and someone at that age. It seems completely like I want nothing to do with it. Like, a year younger than me is minimum for me right now. Absolutely. Because just you go any younger than that and it's like, no. But I'm also just so mature for my age. There are 40-year-old man. That's what I was saying with the whole, like, some people just don't get with the program thing. Like, I've definitely, like, I know some people from high school who have not developed since high school. They are still exactly the same. They haven't really grown since then at all. And I'm just like, how do you? Ow. Terminal. We found another one. Yeah, definitely with that, it also depends on just like the mental maturity of both of them, particularly of the older one. And as much as I meme, right, as much as I joke, I do often get told that I am very mature for a 22-year-old, and that I give off old man energy. Right? I do get told that, as much as I make a meme out of it, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm just so mature for my age. There's a little bit of seriousness behind that too. You seem around 30. Well, I don't know about that, but maybe like 27 ish. Maybe like 26. Not like the other boys, exactly. I'm not like the other boys. You know it. I'm quirked up. Oh my god. I got scared. Don't put that face in chat, False. Don't you put that what the fuck are you talking about face? False, when we met, before you knew how old I was, how old did you think I was? What was your assumption beforehand? I know that you've told me before, I just don't remember. I can't imagine being with someone who isn't at least out of high school. Exactly. Like, it's so... Like, I can't even possibly imagine. Oh, because I came back from a call. I thought you were responding to what I was saying. I still think you're responding to what I was saying, but... 24, 27? Bingo. Look at that. My estimate on the money. Kaz's age? I actually don't know Kaz's age. But in that range, that's where I would have thought. If I were to guess, it would have been something like that. Still younger than me. Yeah, but not by as much as in reality. Kaz is 26. I don't know if you heard me before, but yeah. There we go, chat. If you didn't hear me, Tidbit said that I seemed to be around 30, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. No. More like 27. And then I thought about it, and I took it back, and I said 26. I gave it a little more thought, and I'm like, well, no. I'm not good with, like I hardly know how insurance works, so, like, 26. But I file my own taxes every year. It's gotta count for something. Couldn't hear? Yeah, I figured. Your accountant does? I do them with my accountant. Like, we get in a call and we do them together. I could do them alone, but I need a scapegoat if I get audited. And also every once in a while, he's like, hey, you know that you could like write this off? And I'm like, oh, okay. Or if I'm unsure if I can write something off, I can ask him. He's there for like a little extra help, but I mostly do them myself. When she teaches me how to do them, no one wants to learn how to do taxes. I mean, no one wants to pay their taxes. I recently, the topic of taxes came up when I was upstairs, like making food. My parents were talking about it, and I don't know exactly. I think one of them asked me. I think it was more like, do you trust the government with how they use your money? Was what they were talking about. And one of them asked me, like, if you had the option, like if paying taxes was optional and you could just give like a certain amount pretty much as a donation every year, would you do it? And I was like, fuck no. Just immediately, I was like, absolutely not. No, that's my money. What? No. Sales tax is just added onto the price of stuff. I mean, it's kind of nice. You know, it was nice. In Orlando, Florida, there's not sales tax. You pay it on your yearly taxes. There's just more yearly taxes, rather. And they just don't do sales tax. Who willingly? Yeah, that's what I was like. If it was just up to me and it was like a donation, no, of course not. I think there's a couple states in the US that don't have sales tax. Florida, it's by county. So like Orange County, Florida doesn't have it. Or actually, I think it's on certain goods. I think some things in Orlando did still have it. I don't, it's been a bit since I lived there. I don't remember exactly, but Orange County has some weirdness where a lot of things don't have sales tax. This guy has a different build every time I fight him. This is like the 4th time I've seen this guy. New build every time. No, oh, okay, I'm not D-ranking, thank God. I was like, don't put me back in A2, I can't do it. Don't put me back. I thought that question was very funny, though. The would you donate willingly if it were optional? I was just like, absolutely not. What color is your keyboard? Black, with the RGB disabled. I've talked about it before. I hate RGB. I can't stand it. Like in my setup, I don't want my setup to glow all sorts of bright. I don't give a shit. Especially because RGB components cost more. No. How do people make these anime girl emblems? I have no idea, dude. I swear that, like, do they have these on console? Like, are people actually doing this in the emblem editor, or are they, like, uploading art into the emblem editor? Because seriously, some of them, like, I don't often bring it up, but some of them I'm just like, did you do that in the emblem creator? I'm sure on PC you can just upload images into it. There's a mod that makes them. I was gonna say, there has to be something going on where it's not just straight up made through the emblem editor. What do you mean it has only sales tax, by the way? What does that mean? Boosh boosh. Tax is lesser evil. I don't know.
50%.
To be honest, I don't really trust either. I couldn't tell you which one I trust more or less. I just don't trust either. I guess, like, trying to word it. At least with sales tax, I'm like directly buying something that I want and or need. And like, sure, the government provides like basic infrastructure, but I feel like I'm provided more value in buying a good directly. Like, at least mentally, it feels like I'm being provided more value when I'm buying something directly than when it's just like, hey, we do all this stuff every year. Some of it affects you, a lot of it doesn't, but you're legally required to give us this portion of your income. I at least feel like I'm getting more out of buying stuff, if that makes sense. Like, just buying something directly when I'm like, oh yeah, Armored Core 6, I'll give you $70, sure. Or 60, this was 60, but you know what I mean. I would have given them 70. I'm ignoring the Phantom Tax Skibbity Rizzler. I know you're a terminal armor user. I gotta full send that chainsaw. 50%. Makes everything more expensive. Yeah. Sales tax here isn't great. I couldn't tell you what it is. I think it's like 8%, I want to say. It's not good. But I pay less in income tax here than I did in Florida. In Orange County, because Florida is by county and it's weird. And 7%? Did you look it up? Or is it 7% for you? Try 24? Well, that's... I know, like, Greece in recent years has not had the greatest luck economically, let's just say, for me. Just know because I look at receipts. I also look at receipts, but I'm not sitting there doing the math on my sales tax. Hold on. It's 9%. It's 9. 8.02. I just saw 903. Oh, it's probably because I looked up the county. The Minneapolis County. That's probably why. Higher property tax makes house prices go down. Yeah. Until like until you have like an Austin, Texas situation. This is a cosplay build from Phantasma. A cool one. Just sorry, I had to call it out. What was it? What was I talking about? I don't remember. I lost it. I don't know what I was saying. He has a cool build. That hit me! Ow. I'm getting some mixed result. Well, normally sales tax varies a bit, county to county. That's just a US thing in general. Apparently for Minneapolis, like the combined sales tax, like which I'm assuming just means the averaged out across all the different shit. Because it does vary if it's like food or retail or whatever you're actually buying, like the amount varies. So I'm assuming it just means like averaged out across everything. It's 903. Cool build, I'm sorry. I know you're in promos. If the average is 903, that's bad. Yeah, it's not good. I miss having no sales tax. For sure. I've had a buddy trying to get me back into day trading with him. And you know, I'm really like I dropped the day trading thing because I got sick of it, but like with the economy like this and with the kind of money that he's been making lately, it sounds tempting. Why does each county need to have... It's the local governments. It's what False is saying. Ow.
At 30%.
He has assault armor too, that sucks. Cause I can't, oh, ah! Yes! Yeah! That was awesome, sorry. Not adding VAT to the prices on, just sales tax? Is that a VAT? Is sale, okay, yeah. I don't know. Must work. #1 consumer nation in the world and all that. There must be a benefit to not doing it, surely. Ow, fuck. Value added tax. That's a really funny way of saying we're taking more money. Value added my ass. At least here we're just blunt enough to be like, yeah, it's just a tax on everything you buy. Value added. Fuck's sake. You can guarantee, by the way, that if here in the US they ever start calling it value added, I'm going to meme the shit out of it. That is the dumbest name. Right? This isn't just me. Confirm that this isn't just me. Not dumb just because like, oh, it's different, but dumb because it's like, oh yeah, well this tax is here because we are actively adding value to the thing that you're buying. The fuck you are? What? No, you're not. Huh? This guy might run my shit. He has the build that counters me. Post in chat about Greece? No, it's not going through. If you don't see it in the on-screen chat, assume it's not going through. There's some keyword in there that YouTube does not like. Oh, come on. You gotta respect the chainsaw, but don't fear it. Come on. That has social lists. Aha, aha, a list that is social. I see, I see. Is that what happened? I know that Greece has had its economic struggles in recent years. Is that the cause? I don't know why it happened. I just know that it did, sort of thing. So people put more stuff in their shopping cart than they would otherwise. It's definitely why, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, clearly it works since, you know, out of any country in the world, we buy the most product, like, per individual, right? Like, clearly not putting it there, as shady as it kind of is, it seems to work. Because, you know, with sales tax, am I ever sitting there and, like, you know, running through, oh, let's say, you know, this goes up 9%. I gotta, like, factor that in. I'm like, no, I need this. I need to buy it. I just, as long as I, like, can afford to pay more than it actually is, I should be fine. I'm not actually sitting there running the numbers. So clearly it's working. We made a lot more progress today than the last time. A lot more progress. That's like a rank and a quarter, almost. Overvalued its economy before joining the UN, which led to issues. Oh, that would do it. That's almost a quarter. More conservatively, a rank and like 20% rather than complete break even for the entire session. I'll take it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing Armored Core 100%, Ace Combat, Metal Gear, stuff like that. We're doing a lot. Feel free to come back for any of it. Also, if you enjoyed and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub. Or, I looped. Sorry, brain go burr. Leave a like. Algorithm, blah blah. You know all the stuff with how that works, right? Good. Anyway, if you're looking for links to engage with the community outside of YouTube, those are in the description. Twitter, Discord, whatever. If you haven't seen the Armored Core reviews, maybe there's just one in specific you haven't seen that you're curious about. I have that playlist pinned at the top of chat right now for anyone who's interested. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see all of us back here next time. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.